covers the basics plus 100 times more than that. We get so much information. It's just key, and I had the chance to talk with Daniel. I think today was really good. While discussing with Daniel, if you haven't had a chance, we'll have a rebroadcast of this, but you'll also be able to see some video clips as well. Definitely go back, scrub back to whenever we were talking with Daniel earlier today. It just we dissected every bit. We were talking about having the ability to toggle on from the player's perspective, very similar to what you see in some other games, some RTSs that are out there. You can see the entire field of view. You should see every aspect of the game, but then you also get what the sight is for just that individual player. So I think those are two elements. Having the ability to toggle on and off would be great as well. And again, every time that we were mentioning different points, Daniel was very, very open-minded to that. He's like, that's actually, we could probably do that too. And it's just how much DICE takes their time to listen to it, figure out whether or not it's a viable option, and then implement it.
Yeah.
And the way that they implement it, they make sure that it's still balanced. And you know, for a spectator mode, you just want as much information as possible. But whenever we're talking about strictly gameplay, they want to make sure that things are not overpowered, that there's proper... Oh, wow. Rockets coming through for both of those two players with the RPGs. And right there you can see, looks like that infantry doesn't realize that there's a tank on his backside.
Yeah, that's usually not a good thing. You know, usually you'll lose that battle.
Usually you'll lose that battle. I really like the way that the geography of this map, because you can see this tank is at a perfect level for where this is at. So the base, the body of the tank is kind of hidden by the staircase because it's down a little bit lower, and they can kind of just turret around and shoot right there over there towards that E flag. But of course, it looks like he's going to get taken out there at that last bit.
Yeah, Bravo trying to fight for their home flag there and not able to have any success. You can see actually one of the trucks there moving in as our free cam is going to make our way over to the E flag. By the way, the angling is amazing. Oh my God.
Oh, you see, look at that tomahawk as it passes on by.
That's crazy. That is just crazy.
And there's another, you see that tomahawk right there? That is flying by, going over the top, and boom, up on top of the skyscraper, takes out one.
That's crazy. That was a good camera angle. I won't even lie. That was really kudos. That was a clap for me. Yeah, so you know, in looking at some of the action here today and the questions that we have gotten answered from the for the community, we certainly hope that we have provided enough content for you guys throughout these throughout the 3 days here at E3, so that this way you can go on Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you choose to talk with friends about how awesome this game is, and we hope that we helped out in that by any means.
Just look at just the reflection off the building, seeing all the other buildings. Also, I've been watching TV this entire time.
Yeah, it's.
I've gotten lost a little bit. You kind of get that news television because there's an all-out war going on right now.
Yeah,
and so it's just.
I mean, it'd be cool if they had cartoons, though. I really don't like.
Well,
news.
no, we get down over there on the bottom left on that billboard. We get a cat that walks across the screen.
All right,
we also get a monkey that's talking.
Monkeys.
Yeah, there's a monkey on there.
I love monkeys. Monkeys are awesome. One day I will own one. So
one day,
one desire. So yeah, and the skyscraper not in a position to collapse right now, but every time I see that skyscraper come down, it really is a cool thing to see. We every game, Level Cap and I were...
Such a beautiful game.
Yeah, Level Cap and I were actually joking about it because it was like every game the skyscraper comes out, every game they make it happen. And, oh, there it is. There's the skyscraper. It just kind of like always catches me off guard every single time. I mean, you see that puff of smoke happen, you hear the alarm go off, you see it tilt, and it's just something about seeing a building of this size like tilt over, and look at that. That is just some crazy stuff.
This is just something that you would expect in a single player, in a campaign mode. I mean, it's something that you're just like, oh man, that's just such a great moment. These are like elements in campaigns, and then you see a helicopter fly off the wall.
That bounced off the Oh, so it was like, we're just gonna. That would have been awesome if the helicopter didn't bounce, though. I would have been like, I just would have loved that. That was my.
It would have been funny as if the helicopter actually crashed into the building on the right side. The skyscraper falls, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, right. That would be really funny. I would actually like to see the look at that helicopter end up.
Yeah, he's not gonna last too long.
Yeah. Oh, the 7-1 Abrams ended up winning this gunfight. That was going to be Alpha 16 there. As he's going to be 3 and 5 right now, a .6 KD, has the IR Smoke Coaxial LMG, as well as
barely missing.
12 millimeter to 120 millimeter AP shell. But look at this here; he can actually see he's gonna take this one down.
Even though he's rolling on 3 tires, one of his tires was busted out, and the reason why it was busted out was not because it got shot out, but because it was currently disabled at that point. So it's kind of an animation that happens. It slows down your vehicle. You can barely go, especially for a fast-paced vehicle. It's almost a sitting duck at that point, but there's always chances where you can hop out as an engineer and repair that vehicle and be able to hightail it out of there.
Yep, and we're on board with Alpha 08 right now, who is, or Alpha 05, I'm sorry, who is on the prowl and trying to take out, is this 05 or 08? I don't even know. I'm blind.
It's a player that's playing for
one of the Alpha players that is making his way over here, and there is going to be a player behind him, though, as you can see at the bottom left of the mini-map, but they are going to have to focus their attention and hold down C. This is going to be the spot that they need. Granted, you don't necessarily, the C isn't going to be the most useful thing since that gunship is kind of going to be negated by the smoke that is in the air, but still you want to maintain a position and hold it down.
If he hits this shot,
nope.
Wow, he's way off.
That was not a close one. That was pretty far.
So one of the things that have been mentioned as well is how long you can sprint for. I know you had the chance to be able to talk to Patrick Bach.
Yep.
I actually saw him playing over there. He was pretty good. So you had the chance to be able to talk there with Patrick a little bit, and we asked him the question about sprinting.
Yeah.
And you can't, it's not unlimited, but you have the ability to run for long durations. The reason why you may think it may be unlimited is because you really don't have, what's great about this map, in particular Siege of Shanghai, is that you really just get to point A to point B pretty quickly.
Yeah.
There's not point C, you're not running from point A to point C. You're always running from one point that's closest to the other. And so you really don't get the chance to see the limitations of how far you can run for. Of course, this is just one of possible many maps.
Yeah, and for a map of this scope, I am pretty surprised with how quickly you can get into the action if you spawn correctly. I mean, obviously, if your entire team has A and B, and then you decide to spawn at the US spawn, then yeah, you're going to be going for a while, probably driving. But the cool part is you do get into the action fairly quick. And I do think that a lot of players are going to be appreciating that when this game finally does get out there into the wild, because now it's like, okay, you have options. Look at this here, this helicopter, not able to survive. He ends up he actually falls out. And
again, pre-alpha, but he was outside the boundaries. Those two players are not going to last that long. They just finally passed on.
And look at this here. You can actually see a Tomahawk going down on E. This could have the potential to take out a lot of people.
Is it going to make it in time? Doesn't look like so.
No, it does not. That could have been devastating, especially if it was timed properly.
The proper use, if I was a commander, I'd sit there and first I would go in with a UAV scan and check to see where they're at, if they're starting to make an effort at a flag. Then of course right after that, if they haven't neutralized that flag yet, then I would throw in my Tomahawk. But if they've already neutralized the flag and it's already coming back around, I would not waste my Tomahawk because they're probably not going to be there for that long.
Yeah, and then when you end up losing it, you have that 15-second cooldown too that can really make or break the action that goes on as well.
Just a note though, for those that is not a designated time. That's what it's at right now. Is a 15-second or it takes 15 seconds to get out there. That does not mean that that's how long it's going to take. All the cooldowns are still being balanced out, but they will have a designated, very fair cooldown for each one of those types of commander weaponry.
Yeah, well, again, this game is constantly being tweaked. DICE is looking at it all the time and saying, how can we improve it? And that is what this event's for. They're gathering feedback from the people who are playing. They're gathering feedback from people like us and the viewers at home, you guys who are joining us here today. So we are going to be right back with some more Battlefield 4 in just a little bit, as the players are going to begin closing out their game, and they're going to fold out. We're going to bring in some new players, and we're going to, commentate some more Battlefield. Right, Corey?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do it again. We'll see after the break right here from the Battlefield 4 live stream. Of course, if you haven't done it yet, pre-order your copy of Battlefield 4 on Amazon.com. Special thanks to Twitch.tv for making a lot of this possible to stream out there. I mean, the fact that the chat has probably been blowing up for the past 3 days on all your different comments, questions, and concerns. A special thanks to all of those who gaming peripherals, whether that's your Astro A40s that these gamers are taking advantage of, whether that's the Razer mouse and keyboard, and also the AMD processors that they're using as well. So stick around. There's a lot. Actually, we're starting to do a lot. We've got some things. We've covered a lot, but stick around. We'll be back after the break.